Hey everybody, what's up? On this video I'm going to show you how to get motivated and stay motivated on your projects. Hey guys, what's up? Hernan Vazquez here. Welcome to another video and thank you once again for the support, the comments, the likes, the subscription, everything that you have been throwing at me, the stones, the rotten tomatoes, everything that you have been throwing at me on the streets, the Pikachus on Pokemon Go. Luckily enough, I'm not playing Pokemon Go and I'm not intended to. But anyways, I just wanted to thank you guys for that. Otherwise, you will be throwing at me like what? Impact Thunder or something? It doesn't make any sense. I just want to keep my health. So I'm not intending to go into the Pokemon Go madness because it's funnier to make these videos and to actually bring some value to you guys, which is the main point of this channel. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to touch base real quick on motivation and engagement and how to avoid being burnt out and how to keep being motivated and enthusiastic about your project, if that's a word, all right? Because here's the deal, when you're starting out a project, when you're an entrepreneur, everything takes time. Everything takes time, everything takes effort, and it's not about, how fast you can run, it's about how much you can run without getting tired. Now, there is a truth in that we sometimes get tired and sometimes we get demotivated about a project. Usually there's the start up bump or initial thrill, if you would, or the initial motivation and engagement that you have, but that usually fades out when times goes by, okay, which is completely normal. I mean, it's the way we work as human beings. And the real entrepreneurs, or the ones that really made it, quote unquote, are the ones that are able, or they have system in place to keep being motivated, despite of the time, despite of the obstacles, despite falling down, despite the failures, etc. So I want to show you a couple of techniques that I have developed during my career as an entrepreneur that have worked for me when it comes to keep being motivated when you are feeling that the motivation is going down. And this is the key, okay? You need to be self-aware enough to know when your motivation is going down and how you can put it back up on, back up there when you're starting out. So let me show you a couple of techniques that I use pretty much every day to keep being motivated about my projects. So technique number one is to actually focus on what excites you more about the project. When you're starting out a business, when you're starting out a website, when you're starting out whatever, there are some parts of the business that might motivate you more, like a lot more than others. In my case, for example, if I have to put up a website or if I have to deal with a client, that's probably not the best use of my time because I usually get bored, by doing that. So instead of focusing on that, I usually try to outsource that and focus on what really motivates me, which is, creating the sales funnels, creating the path for the customer, setting up PPC campaigns, generating SEO backlinks, etc. So that's what motivates me and that's what's really fun for me to do. And there are some other stuff that sometimes you will have to do, but you do not have to do them forever, okay? So step number one would be, when you're a project, try to focus yourself on those things that really motivate you and that really move you forward, because I truly believe that a motivated, engaged entrepreneur is way more productive than a bored one, okay? So if you're bored or overwhelmed, you're not being as productive as if you were when you're starting out, okay? Try to remember those days when you were starting out a project and you were really engaged and you couldn't stop thinking about it, and you were really into that, and now you need to bring that back. How do you do that? Well, my suggestion on this case would be to focus on those steps or those stages of the project that really motivates you, which leads to technique number two, which is outsource everything else. And by everything else, I mean everything else. Like everything can be outsourced, whether it is on another partner, which can, complement you and could, do those things that you think they are boring. Like, for example, if you have a technical partner that could do the programming and could put up the website, the app, the installation, whatever you're trying to do, or a sales partner, if you don't feel like, or if you don't like dealing with customers, but maybe the guy, really gets fired up by dealing with customer. And if you cannot find those kind of partners, you need to hire somebody to do that, okay? So that's step number 2. To keep being motivated about those things, maybe you need to do the things that bore you at first, but then you do not need to keep doing them, okay? Just invest. Take a little bit less money to home every day or every month and invest that profit or that money into somebody that will do the things that less motivate you, that bore you, okay? In short, you're investing in your well-being and you're investing also in your excitement. And remember that excitement equals productivity, so you're investing in productivity, okay? Do not be afraid of outsource those things that are really boring for you, for the way you see things, because that's the same as investing in a new machine, because the machine would be yourself, okay? And you will become a productivity machine. So have that in mind. Do what motivates you first and then outsource the rest whenever possible. Now, technique number 3, and this is kind of a day-to-day technique. The other previous 2 were like mindset techniques, and number 3 is kind of a day-to-day practical technique, which is, you have access to YouTube. Just watch a damn motivational video a day, okay? There are a bunch of channels out there whose sole focus is to, present you with motivational videos, present you with success stories, with success cases, read a motivational book a day, or not a day, but maybe a week. But you need to keep your mindset up here. If you're consuming media, newspapers, if you're talking small talk with average people, that's not an easy feat to do, okay? It's not an easy feat to do. Luckily, we have our mobile phone, whatever it is. We have Instagram with motivational accounts. We have YouTube with motivational accounts. I'm gonna leave a couple of links below to my best motivational sources, okay? For example, the guys at Secret Rush, they make a great deal of videos when it comes to Ask Me Anything, success stories, motivational videos. So I really suggest that you check them out. I'm gonna leave a couple of links for them on the description below, okay? So make sure you check them out when you finish. But the main point here is that, when I wake up, the first thing I do is to watch a motivational video, okay? Watch something that will, pump me up, if that's something, during the rest of the day, okay? So that's step number 3. And step number 4 is something that I really think it's true, is that motivation, engagement, enthusiasm comes in waves and it comes in cycles. And if you do not respect those cycles, which are completely natural, it's the way we work, if you do not respect those cycles, you will end up hating what you do. And this is a concept that I brought from the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. If you haven't read it, I can recommend it enough. It's a great book, full with insight. And one of the best insights that Tim Ferriss gives you is that motivation and engagement on a project comes in cycles, comes in waves, okay? You have that initial phase when you feel the bump, when you're up here, and then as time goes by, maybe motivation tends to go down, and then you need to put it back up. But at some point, you need to take a break, okay? It can be a daily break, like exercising, doing some push-ups, some workout. It can be a daily break of meditating, like 15 minutes a day or something like that, or it can be a longer break. As you know already, I've been on vacation like maybe 2 months back, and I've been like traveling the world for a month and working abroad for another month. If you could do that, if that's something in your possibility, you do not need to leave for an entire month, but you can take those breaks, because that like 30 days quote unquote disconnected from my business gave me a ton of insight and a ton of perspective and a ton of new ideas, like this YouTube channel, to come back and implement, and they have had amazing success on my career. So again, It's like outsourcing. You're not investing, you're not wasting money, you're investing in your own productivity. And let me tell you, my friend, that if you are the head of a project, if you are a solopreneur or you're a CEO of a small company or startup, you are the #1 productivity engine that the company has, okay? So you need to take care of yourself. Thank you guys for watching. Leave me a comment below if you find this helpful. I would love to know what you have to say, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.